How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer and video games. I'm your host, Bo, and with me, as always, we got Kill Streak chasing Tony.
What's up, everyone? And also with us this week, of course, we have Kelly.
Hey. I get no shout-outs, no special names.
I didn't next week I'll think.
All right,
something.
great.
How about vacuum sucking?
No.
Sucking?
That was a bad start, bro.
All right.
No.
Well, Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have sucking it.
No.
That's a tough word to make sound good.
I am not a Dyson. I am not a shark. I am none of those.
We just got a Dyson for Christmas, and I gotta say, it's the best vacuum ever.
Hashtag sponsored.
Not
Get what
sponsored.
you pay for it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Highly recommend it, and it's so small. It's weird how much it actually does suck, in a good way. Either way, good news, everyone. All of our listeners, all 5 of you. I did get an email saying that Sega Saturn controllers have shipped, so we are about to do a drawing for that. Do we want to talk about beer first while I get that set up? And then we can go live and do all the shenanigans.
Yeah,
you might as well go live now, and
all right.
while Tony's talking about beer and stuff, and I'll get my laptop, and it'll be fun. Bear with us, everyone. Someone will try to be talking the whole time.
All right, Precisely Squad. Today we got cheesy, right? Today we got the bonus stage IPA from Otter Creek. And
things are going well.
That's fine.
Really well. It's a nice hoppy New England style IPA. Otter Creek says, in this beer is everything that they've learned about dry hopping. And
Tastes like it.
they say, crack open and let your taste buds conquer the layers of citrus and tropical fruit flavors derived from late additions of Galaxy, Citra, and Simcoe hops. And I think it's super citrusy.
Can we talk about the can?
Yeah, the can is Space Invaders.
Yes, it is. It's very gamery. So it's
Show to the people.
It's Space Invaders, but with hops as the invaders, the aliens. Really cool, really retro, gamer-like. Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, you will be able to see this right now. I am live on Instagram showing Bo's face as he drinks that beer and Tony as he looks longingly
At the beer. So, yeah, we're about to go live. Got a bunch of submissions. You could have up to 6 submissions because we've been doing this giveaway for a while, but like I said, the controllers just shipped. I should be getting them tomorrow, Saturday, when this podcast does come out.
All right, well, let's hear it. Who's the winner?
Well,
let's get down to brass tacks.
You cannot rush this.
I'm about to spin.
All right, we got...
you ready?
Yeah, we got Matt's Video Game Corner here with us right now. Watching the
Matt?
spin.
Oh, nice. What up, Matt?
So,
Big M Dog.
Big M.
There's all your names and all.
He's been sketching some Totoro sketches for me for a new T-shirt.
I do love that.
All right, so the wheel is slowly going. We got V-Pixels. We got Matt. We got Gamebo. We got Random. We got Matt. We got Gamebo. We got Nintendo Rose coming up. Nintendo Rose. Nintendo Rose 91, you won a Sega Saturn controller.
Congratulations, girl.
I will DM you after this podcast. Congrats on the win. Now you will need a Sega Saturn, which will be the most expensive thing you've ever collected for.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. You might just want to keep this controller in a box. Which, by the way, these controllers, when I bought them, they were only $19.99, which I thought was a steal. And I've seen a few already sell on eBay, like the pre-order sell for $45. So if all you want to do is sell it back, do it. Make some money so you can fund more game collecting, because that's what I do. So yeah, let's get to the podcast.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody
Live
who
out.
turned into the live. We're going to do this thing
I'll
up.
take a picture of this.
Later.
Cool. All right. So we're
Right
back.
on. So giveaway was a success, and someone's getting a sweet old Sega Saturn limited controller.
Yeah, for breast cancer awareness, which
Yeah,
is
I like
really
that.
nice.
I saw somebody got theirs. I saw on Instagram already, and I saw the box and the like ribbon on it and everything looks good.
Nice. Yeah,
So-
I just contacted two guys, Store and More or whatever. They won a Sega Saturn controller from me through OG Retro's raffle giveaway thing for that breast cancer awareness that we were able to raise $15,000 for breast cancer awareness
That's
like
good.
a few months ago. And I just contacted them for the first time being like, hey, just so you know, it's finally shipping to me. So give me your address. And they're like, oh, I thought you totally forgot about it. I was like, nope, just waiting on limited run because they take forever. So I didn't want to be like, hey, need your address now, but actually 2 months from now. So they're excited to get theirs too. I'm excited to get my other ones that I ordered for myself because I've lately been getting into Sega Saturn games. And yeah, really enjoying that.
Rock on. Cool.
Let's get to the podcast.
Let's get to it. I thought you were going to go into it.
Well, I mean, so we were supposed to have a special guest this week, and he bailed on us, thinking it was next week.
We had some scheduling conflicts. It's
So
all
that's
good.
fine.
All good. We'll get them in.
I wanted to mention some things from the last podcast. I got my tattoo, and I ventured
love
away
it.
from Nintendo. I got my Katamari prints with my Katamari ball. Matt's Video Game Corner actually drew this guy up for me, and then my tattoo artist, Chad Glazer, tatted it on me, and it probably took like an hour and a half to get the design in the right area and like contort the prints up there with the ball down there. But then tattooing itself like took 7 minutes. So he's like, I'm not even going to charge you for this. He's like, I'll just charge you once I color it in. I was like, that's fine by me.
That color's going to look nice on it. Get
Yeah.
like really bright, vibrant colors right there.
I think I'm going with like the whole rainbow pattern that the Katamari ball was colored in at.
Yeah, like the purple, green, yellow,
Yeah, yeah.
orange thing that they usually have. It's pretty cool.
It's going to be a lot. So Mario's sweating not only because he's holding up a Game Boy, but because a Katamari ball is about to roll his ass up.
He's about to be a star.
On top of that whole PSP thing that I ordered is definitely a fake shell.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah. I contacted
told
him
you so.
after the podcast, and I was like, hey, is this a real, I forget the name of the PSP, but I was like, is this the real one? And he's like, well, probably not. The person that I bought the shells from had a bunch of these shells. I was like,
So you mean definitely not?
definitely not. Yeah, yeah.
The Ukrainians, they got you again.
Yeah, so I really actually haven't contacted him back because I it was just like sort of like my heart dropped. I was like, fuck. But it's heavily modded with a bunch of games on it, a bunch of emulators on it. Probably not worth the $200 price tag, even heavily modded. But
That's
You
cool,
know,
though, dude.
well,
I might contact him once I get it. you
heavily
know?
modded PSPs can run, depending on what's on it, from anywhere low end, like 100, 120 to 200. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'm paying for that. It's just I feel
You can just dupe someone else that doesn't.
I'm
know
not
about it.
Oh
duping
my
anyone.
God.
I am not duping anyone. Like that's why I'm
he doesn't
also
want to
talking
stoop
about
to
it
the
on the
Ukrainian level.
podcast. Yeah, I'm talking about it on the podcast. So if for some reason I would be like, hey, I'm selling this, I'm not selling it as a real thing. I'm selling it as a modded PSP with a shell that looks like the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, I'm a little butthurt about it. But at
You
the
gotta
same
watch
time,
out.
I should have realized it. Like I saw his past sales and I saw that he sold one exactly like it. And I was like, hey, did you have two of these? He was like, yeah. And then I didn't ask any more questions, which that was my fault. You know, we all learn things after living life for so long.
Caveat emptor.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not like that. After the last recording, I showed you 2 PSP games that I got, Kelly. And,
Oh God, yeah.
and Kelly opens up the one case for the one game, and she's like, "Oh well, there's no game in it. It's Lords of Dogtown."
It was a UMD movie. It wasn't the
of
game.
that skateboarding movie. And I was
That's
like,
a good
"Fuck."
movie.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
but I don't want to watch any movies on PSP.
Give it to Tyler, or give it to Ryan.
Yeah. Either way, I shipped it back to him. I got a full refund. But that guy was just like a scam artist. And for some reason, he put 2 manuals in it, like a Final Fantasy Tactics manual, but it was a different JRPG. And I kept that Final Fantasy Tactics manual. I was like, well, you're a pain in the butt. I'm doing this now.
He probably had no idea.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
You got to be smart.
You do.
You can't be dumb and selling things on eBay. It's just not going to work out for you or anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
man.
with the news, the little news that we do on this podcast, PlayStation, Sony announced that they will not be at E3 on 2020 and 2020 this year.
Okay.
They weren't there last year, which was very surprising to everyone. But what do we think about this year, them not being here, especially with a new system coming out?
I don't think it's gonna hurt them. What do they have to lose? They're like, it's them and Xbox, really.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the reason that they stepped back last year is because they have all these other platforms and ways you can reach your audience now. They do, their state of plays. They do like all these, it seems like monthly updates on things from PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that just announcing things through there is getting enough views. Like Nintendo does their stuff too. And you get all these views and the news gets out there because of social media and, sharing on the internet. And I feel like they're just like, well, we don't need to waste money and go to E3 and pay for a spot and physically have our manpower there and pay for the displays and all this stuff, all this overhead, when you could just be in-house and sending out the messages yourself and not pay basically for anything except things you're already doing there.
Yeah. And think about, not like this is news that PlayStation's not going to be at E3. How many people are going to look like Google, why isn't PlayStation going to be at E3? Yeah. Anyone who cares about PlayStation is already following them on Instagram, probably Facebook, Twitter, you know what I mean? Or they know when their PlayStation stuff is coming out.
Yeah.
They're always on the PlayStation news.
Exactly. I think we're in such an accessible place that I wouldn't be surprised if things like E3 start going smaller or more virtual because like for example, like Blizzard does BlizzCon every year. And so many people can go out to wherever, Anaheim or something, and be there, but they sell virtual tickets. So why wouldn't E3 or something like that, or PAX, start selling virtual tickets and just have a virtual show? Essentially nobody has to show up. They don't have to pay for a convention center, like
watch it on their laptop while they play their video games.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so accessible.
And essentially have the demos there live where it's like this hour slot at E3 digital you can play this game.
Exactly.
The next hour slot, you can play this game. Granted, it would have to be on PC or laptop probably, unless they can integrate it with, the consoles that are out right now. It'd be hard with a PS5, like new games coming out, to play those on the PS4, but even if it's just video demos to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do more of, like, say somebody, for example, somebody streaming a playthrough and you being able to watch it because you've purchased a virtual ticket. And you don't necessarily like if it's a new game like that, you might not necessarily get to play it. But like if it's something that's in beta already, like why wouldn't you get a code to that and be able to play it for, 3 days or something until the code expires when E3 is done or whatever.
Yeah, and honestly, I heard E3 is just so expensive to attend as like a company like Sony, PlayStation probably costs them like millions of dollars just to like set up there, which that's a small speck in their monetary values, but it's still a lot of money to show up, to have people work the stands, everything, show the games. But I feel like E3, if they do the digital thing, they could probably make more money, because think about all the people, all the gamers that can't go to E3, that can't go out of their state, but could log into their laptop and enjoy the game,
And that
or
can go
enjoy the whole
worldwide.
thing. Yeah,
It's not even
exactly.
limited to the States.
Yeah.
You could be streaming to Japan. You could be streaming from Japan.
I think it will be like that eventually. Maybe not this year, but like 2021 for sure.
Yeah, I think my dad worked, the company he worked for, he did a lot of like kind of managing and setting things up for trade shows for his company. Now, it's similar in a way to what E3 is. You're showcasing your products, your best products, your new products, et cetera, et cetera. You have people walking around looking to purchase or looking to like maybe invest in it or something in a way. And, he would always go to these fancy like hotels and convention centers, and then he'd have to like price point everything. So you're thinking about, yes, they have to have a stand there. Then you have to hire a company to make all of your promotional materials and print it all up. Then you have to have staff there, and you have to swap your staff out because you can't have, people working for more than X many hours, and they have to take breaks. And then think about if your CEO's coming along or your board of directors or whatever, they have to be lodged on company money. Exactly. They have to have meals on company money, etc. And so it's like all of this is, you don't think about it like as a consumer, but you have all of this money that's tied up in these big like conventions and things like that where they're showcasing their product, when really they could just do it every month like they're doing in like the State of Play and stuff like that.
So the only downfall that I see essentially is that Xbox then gets the limelight, and everything is about Xbox then at E3. Which might hurt Sony a little bit, but not really if Sony is, releasing their own state of plays during E3, or showing off games or showing off the actual pictures or videos of the hardware and what it looks like, because that's still all secret to us. Like we don't know what it looks like. We know what the developer kit looks like.
Yeah, we saw that pizza slice dev kit and
the pizza warmer.
That's not gonna be.
That looks like a Dyson vacuum, honestly, like the head of it.
Yeah, it looks terrible, I think. But I don't know what that would do for PlayStation in that regard. Like Xbox will physically have the presence, and people who are there will be there for Xbox, and anybody else who's there. But you have the PlayStation fans who are like, okay, well, this is fine, but I'm still going to buy PlayStation things.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're dipping out of like they're not going to lose. I don't think they're going to lose customers. I think they'll still I think they'll still have those who are loyal to their brand. There are people who definitely are going to stay with PlayStation regardless wherever they go, because that's where, most of their friends are. Or that's where their favorite, game is, and it's an exclusive or something. You're always going to have the people who are going to gravitate towards PlayStation as long as they keep, having exclusives and having a separate, network to play on.
Which they will. Their PlayStation's always going to keep their exclusives and first-party games, Granted, I did just hear that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out to the PC, or already is, or coming out to Xbox here shortly, which to me that's a 3-year-old game, so might as well, because the new one's probably in the makes and is probably coming out to PS5, and they're going to make it super hyped, so they want other people to play it, so that Xbox people buy the new PS5 to play the new Horizon because they played the old Horizon, being like, oh my gosh, this game's great, Just like Xbox did with Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, they allowed it, after a couple years, they allowed it to be on the Switch. And I played it, and it was my favorite game that I played in 2019. It was better than Luigi's Mansion 3 for me, But it wasn't a 2019 game in the sense. Either way, the new one's coming out in March, I believe, and it's only going to be for Xbox. So they put out those feelers on the Switch and they sold a shit ton of copies on the Switch digitally too, because it was never a physical game. I am about to buy a used Xbox in March just so I can play the new Ori. I shit you not, like,
yeah, that's fair.
I was going to do it for the original Ori, honestly, until I got wind, that it was coming out for the Switch.
Well, and they did the same thing with Cuphead. You
Yes.
had Cuphead come out on the Xbox. It had such a following, such a mass, like, people just loving it or hating it so much that they loved it. Like, it was so difficult. And yeah, I agree. It's pretty difficult. But, like, and then the Switch comes out, and this game is, like, 3 years old, 4 years old, and now it's on the Switch. And people are probably still buying a ton of copies on the Switch.
Absolutely.
Because it's been out. They've played it. They know what it is. It's been advertised. They've watched videos, et cetera, and now it's here on the console that they have at home, and they can buy it. Or they bought it on the Xbox and they loved it, so now they want it portable on the Switch, and so they're going to do that. So I would not be surprised if we see more of that, like, cross-platform release, but within a staggered period.
Yeah, and I think that's how they have to do it to make it work, to make the numbers work, is let's sell that first-party game for so long. 3 years is what it seems like, like 2-3 years on our own platform, and then let's bring it out just to one other platform, not all two, the other two. Let's just do one more and see how it sells. And I think every company's able to squeeze that lemon a little more, to get that juice out into their water and make a little bit more money, because think about it, it's a digital game. They don't have to do any production. The production's already made. The game's already made. So selling a digital game for $15, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. That's just throwing some code to Nintendo being like, hey, here you go. That $15 we're going to take 8 of. You can take 7 of.
Yeah. I feel like that, like, you have those digital games and they're selling well. The other thing we're starting to see is, like, these games sell well, or they have a large following already, and then they get a physical release in the way of, like, super rare games or limited run,
yeah.
something like that. And then people are also, they have the digital copy, and here they are buying a physical.
Yep.
Because they just want the physical copy as well, because they love that game.
Even to keep it sealed.
Right. You know, I did that with Golf Story. When it came out, I bought it digitally and I loved it. So I bought the limited run version at, Best Buy.
Did you ever beat that game?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I should do that.
Neither have I.
I should do that.
I got up to the old geezers golf course, and you have to, like, use, like, really, like, antique, like, golf clubs or something. And there was, like, 1 or 2, like, main story quest lines that I just, like, couldn't do for the life of me, and it made me give up on it because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's like, you got to hit this within 4 hits, but the putter just sucks. Like, you have to use your putter, and it's like the putter's only hitting the ball so long, like, it's at least going to take 6 hits, and I can't do it in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get back to. There's a lot of games that I just pushed to the side that I really enjoyed and never truly finished, and that list is so long.
I actually
Pains
want to make a physical list of the games that I've started to play so that I can look back and be like, oh, that is a game I've played, and I'm probably very close to the end. Let me pick that up again.
Yeah, that would be a smart thing to do. I should do that.
Right?
Oh, yeah. And then, like, look at the list and then, like, weep over the fact that I'm, like, terrible at completing things that I start.
Yeah. Well,
so
I think it's a syndrome with gamers. Like, there's just
it's not just
options.
gamers.
There's
I
just
do
too
it with
many
literally
options.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about a movie. A movie's 2 hours long. If all games were 2 hours long, we'd be completing games all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're not. So
yeah,
it's dedication, and then the next new thing comes out.
Finding the time. Yeah. And a lot of these games that are coming out are big games. They're 40-hour games. They're open world games. Whatever.
Or they have no ending.
Or they're Call of Duty.
Tony, I haven't heard you say Call of Duty yet.
No, we're not at that point.
Okay.
It hasn't come up in the conversation.
It just did.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you have all those that time, and the multiplayer options is literally never ending. Online multiplayer, it doesn't have an end. So you have people just sinking time into these games. Like God, I've probably sunk over 100 hours into Overwatch, but there's no storyline. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to beat the game.
Yeah.
I just play it all the time because it's a fun multiplayer, and it kills my time when I have an hour or two or before I go to bed or something. It's a quick thing to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of games aren't quick like that. You have to invest a couple hours because you walk in an open world game, it takes you, 50 minutes to get to the next thing over. And you're like, well, crap, I got to go to bed in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I better stop here because this is a good stopping point. And who knows where I'm going to be in the next half hour. Like, I could be in the middle of nothing and I'll come back to it and be like, where am I?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I've realized though that I've definitely have become more of a hardcore gamer and gaming as much as possible, which is weird. All the free time that I have, every time I'm on the couch, even if we're watching a movie, I'm trying to game portably, something. So I've realized not when I first started gaming, but I was always a gamer that was, let me play this one game through, see it to the end. And if I would diverge myself away from that game and play something else, it was hard for me to go back to that other game. Now I feel like I'm so acquainted with all different types of games and variations of games.
You're
and
a
controller
master
layouts that the controller layout's a big thing, especially going from
Huge.
PlayStation to Nintendo Switch. It's weird. It's different.
all the time. I go from my Xbox to my Switch and I'm hitting the wrong button to go back or something. What am I doing?
But now to me, it's not a problem anymore. I'm just fuck it. This is how we do it now. It's so second nature to play all these different games at different times in my lives where, we're about to go into the games that we played, and I've gone back to some really old games that I haven't touched in a year, and I'm just oh, this is where I'm at. And it helps with certain games that I'm playing, that they have a good quest log where it's this is where you need to go next. It's all right, cool. Thanks for helping me out on that. But then there's other ones where it's just you can do whatever you want to, like Breath of the Wild. And it's okay, that's cool. I can figure out how to jump, slash, and go to my menu to pick a new sword to equip, there, I just learned it within 5 seconds. Cool. I'm ready to play again.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. So if I'm playing one system for an elongated period of time, if I don't touch my Switch for a week or two and I come back from my Xbox or whatever, I have a hard time rewiring my brain for probably 10 minutes. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong thing to go back, or I did the wrong thing. And then once I'm realizing I'm back on Switch mode, then I'm fine. But I think you're right with it's easier to go back with the quest logs because there are so many games that I've played and I'll go back to it after, months or a year. And all of a sudden I'm where am I? What am I doing? I don't even know. And I can't go find anything to help me. So I'm just going to start a new file. And then here I am coming back to it later. This is the new file. What did I do? Where am I? So these open world games, like you're saying, Breath of the Wild, it's easier to keep track of where you are. I know when, for example, I can think of one, I haven't played it for months, Fallout 76, but I know if I were to go back onto it, it would have a quest log and it would say, this is what you were doing. Now, I may not know where I am in the quest, but this was the quest I'm doing, but I could always select a new one and go from there and figure it out.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So that's so much easier with an open world, quest style game, like Borderlands too. It's the same deal that you have your quest on the side. You have a quest on your, heads up display or something that says, here's what you were doing. Here's where you were. Here's the waypoint. It's so much easier to get back into those rather than something where you're I have no
honestly,
idea.
I get more confused playing that Pokemon ROM hack on the Game Boy Advance Red Chapter, because I'm I don't know where to go next. I've already gone to all the towns, already have all the badges, but there's still more stuff that I need to do, and I'm just
oh yeah,
Oh,
Pokemon is such
where
a hard
go
game
next?
to put down and get back into. I agree.
It is. Especially
Oh
if
my
you're
God.
already at the end and you're like, what did I do last? You know, like the nice thing about the newer Pokemon games, like the actual real Pokemon games for Game Boy Advance, like Leaf Green and Fire Red, when you turned it back on, it would actually show you the past things that you did. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that should be something that all games
Like a recap.
do. Yeah. Here's a 30-second recap, you know, or here's a minute recap of these are the last things you did. And then it's just like, cool, awesome, thank you for reminding me. Because the human mind is a very smart machine. It's one of the smartest machines, you know, in this world. But we need to have those triggers to be like, oh, yes, I do remember this. And then everything else falls back in line where it's just like, okay, now I know where to go next.
I feel like that would be an excellent option in a lot of games, and even like the option to go in and say, do you want reminders?
Yes.
Yes
Just
or
like
no?
when you're on Netflix.
Yeah. Are you
Skip
still
intro.
watching? Skip intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these things, like there should be some sort of integrated thing now. That would be great to like give you a recap, because I have the world's worst memory. So it doesn't matter if I played the game yesterday or 3 years ago. I
We
have
all
no
do.
idea where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, so to come back and be like, okay, let me look around. Let me try to remember. Oh, yeah. And it's like an hour later and I finally realized what quest I was on, and I've wasted an hour now just, you know, bebopping around the town. I remember like as a kid coming back to a Pokemon game and on my Game Boy and being like, I don't know where I was, and had to start over because I was like frustrated and I needed to know, like I needed to be able to play something that I knew what was going on.
And internet really wasn't a thing back then.
No,
Yeah.
you were dialing up.
Yeah.
Like you were on Netscape back then.
I was just talking about original internet and like how, you know, we were in this generation where internet didn't exist at one point while we were alive, which is crazy to think
It's
about.
wild. Well, we also went through, I know like personally in my household, we went from records to tapes to CDs.
Yes.
And
same.
now we're at, you know, MP3s and streaming. Like
Yeah.
I lived through 5 different materials to get music
Yeah.
in my house. Like, yes, not everybody had records still in 1991 when I was
No,
born.
we had records, and we had this one turntable that was on top of, you know, the speaker or whatever, and then you could put records underneath it.
Nice.
But I remember doing the whole DJ thing.
Oh, dude,
And
you
your
probably
parents
broke
were
that
pissed.
needle.
And,
Oh
yeah,
my
and
god.
I broke that needle, and my dad was super pissed because I probably did it to like a Led Zeppelin album.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
You know,
No, I never did that.
Actually, I
always
did
wanted
do it to a Led Zeppelin album.
Dude, I would have murdered you.
Because I learned that you could play it backwards, and it was like, oh, sweet Satan, he mocks them with 666. Oh, sweet Satan. And
Did you actually hear it then?
Yes. And I
And then
played,
he listened
and
to Dark Side of the Moon
and I
backwards.
played it to my dad, and he was like, get that out of here. He was so pissed. But, like, literally the needle broke. I now have that record
Do you
player.
think that was
and I got
Satan's
it.
doing?
No.
The breaking of the needle?
Yeah.
No, it was,
Satan broke the
it
needle
was
on
me
purpose.
scratching on it
Well,
afterwards.
Satan told him to scratch it.
Yeah. But either way, yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Record players are amazing.
I have one
still
now.
that
Yeah.
I still have that original record player.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It is technically outside of like coming from a musician. It is music in the purest form outside of listening to a live band, because you have a needle physically scratching onto a record, creating vibrations and noise. So everything else, even tapes, it's digital. It's all like CDs and like it's on a tape, like it's on the reel. It's not touching a needle. It's not creating a vibration. So that definitely is a lost art in a way, but it's come back, but it was gone for a while. So I'm glad to see it coming back around.
So what games have you guys played?
Who's going first?
Oh, you are, Tone.
Yeah, Tony, you sound very excited. So,
Call of Duty.
and we haven't heard from you in a while.
Call of Duty.
All right.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Well,
Is it
Call of Duty, of course, I played that.
Call of Duty?
As some of you might know, Call of Duty had a massive update this week.
We do not know, so tell us about it.
So it was about 30 gigs of an update.
Oh my god.
Look how excited he looks right
30
now.
gigs. How long did that take you to update?
His
Like,
pupils are
Dude, not that
dilated.
long for me. I got
oh, you got that high speed.
super connection.
Ooh.
But anyway,
Tell us about it.
It's apparently the map for the Battle Royale mode, but it's not unlocked yet. And it gave a bunch of people issues. It erased some people's stats and stuff, blah, blah, blah. But
not to you.
no, I didn't have any adverse effects,
Good.
so I'm lucky. And Battle Royale is coming out in like 16 days. So
Oh, he's not counting or anything.
well, there's a countdown on Call of Duty.
Nice.
But
You look very happy and
He's
excited
animated.
About this.
yeah, well, it's a really good
He's
game.
ready.
It's going to be the biggest game in the world when this Battle Royale comes out, if it's not already. You know, it's exciting. Just the amount of people that play it.
It's gonna take over Fortnite.
Fork knife.
Fork knife. That's what I call Fortnite.
Yeah. I sort of want to play it. I just don't want to pay for it.
Well, no, the Battle Royale is going to be free.
Well, you have to buy the
To
game.
anyone?
Yeah.
What?
No,
Wait.
I heard it's going to be free.
No,
Totally.
you have to buy Call of
You
Duty
have to
though.
have
Well,
the
it's only
game.
like no.
What?
Most Battle Royales are free, and then just the additional stuff. Like Fortnite's free, and then there's additional in-game
Well, yeah,
purchases.
but
So you'll be like, you can only do Battle Royale for free. You know, does that make sense? That's why they waited so long to. So they released it in like October. You know, they made all that money up until Christmas, and then Christmas they continued to make money. Everyone bought it, and now you know it's on the decline. Like I think the price of the game is already close to $20 or something.
yeah, I had predicted it would hit the $20 price point by February.
But
Yeah, pretty fast.
they planned it like that, and now they're going to do the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Dude, they are milking that thing, and smart on them. That is
It's not their
that
first
is-
rodeo.
No,
definitely.
but like that makes so much sense to make all of your money on the Christmas, season. Release this huge game that everybody already knows the
Yeah.
whole series.
Yeah.
The name is household name at this point,
Yeah.
and then buy it. And then everybody in 2 months is like, oh, I beat the campaign. I'm growing tired of the multiplayer. I'm going to go back to Madden. And then drop a Battle Royale for
Well, there's
free.
the new Madden too.
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm just joking. But like, dropping a new Battle Royale and then making it free. So you have all these kids who love Battle Royales.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Honestly.
Battle Royale has to be free because that's the only way it's going to compete with Fortnite,
I agree
PUBG.
with you. I agree with
whatever
you.
Apex.
completely.
Yeah,
Apex,
all
whatever.
of them. Yeah.
But I think this, in my opinion, it's going to be the best one because I like the Call of Duty style of play the best.
I mean, it could very well just totally overshadow those. Yes, they started this free like Battle Royale trend, but this game that has been doing it consistently for years and are very seasoned at this could just totally overshadow it, and we would see the death of Fortnite and all
I
these
pray
other
to God,
ones.
honestly.
Do you?
I'm not a big Fortnite fan.
I didn't like
Well,
it.
neither am I, but like I always feel like it's good to have different variations of the same genre of game.
Nah, let Infinity Ward have it. They deserve it.
So, do you
that's
think
my piece.
do you think Call of Duty will be 100 people playing at the same time for Battle
Probably.
Royale,
I don't know.
or do you think that they'll do 200?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Battle
enough about it.
Royale essentially is one man for themselves, right?
Right.
Well, there's different.
Well,
you can
you could
team
do
up
teams.
too.
Yeah, you could do
Battle Royale is you get dropped off. You got to get your shit, and then everyone eventually meets together, and last player alive wins.
Do you guys know like where the whole Battle Royale thing actually originated from?
I don't, ancient Greece, probably. I don't fucking know.
Yes, the ancient
the
Greece
Romans-
video
actually,
games.
maybe actually, yeah,
in the Colosseum, they
throw
put that
lines
big
We're
in.
just gonna
screen
make something up.
down.
You
No,
don't
no,
even
no,
know.
no. It actually comes from like a 19, I want to say like late 80s Japanese film called Battle
Well,
Royale.
it definitely doesn't come from there. I'm telling you.
Actually, it does.
But like,
Battle
Actually, it
Royales
does.
Were
Whoa,
run
whoa,
way
whoa.
before that.
The movie Battle Royale, check this. Movie Battle Royale in Japan, amazing fucking film. Insane, super scary, highly recommend it to everyone. But it's this school, it's this classmates of school children, that are like they're seniors, high school kids. They get gassed on a bus, right?
And they got to fight to the death.
and they gotta fight to their death
Okay.
on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one, yeah.
And only one can survive.
Okay, but
they
that's not where the idea of Battle Royale
Okay.
came from. And
Yes,
there's
it
no
is. Yes,
disputing.
it is.
okay, stop, pause, because
there's-
I have the Wikipedia
Okay,
article right
let me
here.
just say something real quick. There's no way in hell you're right.
Okay, I agree.
Bitch, I am going to
Listen.
punch you in the face right now.
Okay,
Tell me, Kelly.
I was gonna say I don't know who I'm putting my money on. Boomer probably. There, I agree with Tony in the fact that there is no way that Battle Royale originated
in 1980s.
That's
ridiculous.
But pause in the fact that like yes, you could have coined the term Battle Royale in the 80s. However, the style has been around since war times, forever, because it was always last man standing wins kind of thing. Like, yes. So if you're fighting a battle and everybody else is dead and you're alive, hello, you've won that battle. So the stance of last man standing has always been around, but I don't know if the term Battle Royale was
every person for themselves, though.
All right, I'll look it up.
Isn't a country like thing. Countries are,
well, that's what we're saying.
One country versus the other.
Battle Royale isn't always one versus everybody. It can be groups.
Originally, it is, though.
Okay, but here I have Battle Royale's Wikipedia. In the Japanese, I'm gonna murder it, is Battle Royale.
I mean, that sounds like Battle Royale.
I tried. It says it's made in 2000.
It might be 90s, 2000. Yeah.
So you were 20 years off. And it says it's a dystopian thriller film directed by Kinju Fushaku, and the screenplay is written by Kenta Fushaku, based on the 1999 novel by Koshin Takami, starring Tatsui. I'm not doing that. Yep. But still, 2000 to coin that term, it still seems very late for me.
Okay, so from Merriam-Webster's website, the dictionary people.
The dictionary, yeah.
The first known use of Battle Royale. Just take a guess. Let's see who gets closer.
1615.
Bo? 1980?
No.
It was 2000.
The first coin of Battle Royale?
First time used.
The 1200s.
No, it was 1671.
Oh my God!
So about roughly, 300 years before 1980. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing I played.
Either way,
I played Goat Simulator.
No.
Have you guys ever played that?
Dude, you picked it up. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's free on PlayStation.
Right, we talked about that, and I said
okay.
I like Goat Simulator, and then we said it was free, so you finally played it.
And then I looked for it, the next day, and I realized my PlayStation subscription was over.
And they have PlayStation Now has a thing just like Xbox is doing.
The ultimate Game Pass kind of thing.
PlayStation Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
not included though, right?
No, well they have a free trial right now.
Oh.
So you can try that for free. Play play the games.
Yeah.
But anyway, I played the Goat Simulator. Pretty good game.
About it.
Thoughts?
It was a pretty good game. I just roamed around. I didn't do any of the missions really.
You're a goat, right?
Yeah, with your fucking tongue hanging out. It's
my
ridiculous.
God, it's awesome. And you just whip that thing around.
Mentally deficient goat. Yeah, so you can latch onto stuff. I went to this
tongue?
Yes.
Yeah. I went to this baseball court and I got the fucking thing on my back, the pitching machine on my back, and you can go around and shoot people with it and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
This game is fantastic.
It is. It's basically Grand Theft Auto Goats.
Okay.
But then it has a hint of now we have Goose Game to compare it to. You have the Ultimate Goose Game. It's kind of like the same thing. You have missions, but you can also just dick around for however long you want.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. That's
also I've watched some video gameplay of Goat Simulator, and it sort of looked like Tony Hawk too.
Maybe graphically, but
well,
it's
no,
not
where you rack up points depending on the
combos
falls or whatever.
Yes,
yes,
you do.
You do. Which
it's good. I feel like I would get tired of it quick. I only played it maybe 45 minutes.
Well, it's not something you play for a long term.
I think it's more like a party fun game.
Well,
just mess around for a little bit.
I had it originally back after I graduated college and I moved back here. I had just kind of discovered Steam in a way. I had it in college, but I didn't really, do anything with it. But then I started downloading some games on my computer, and then, that was one of them. It was cheap. It was probably a $2 game at that time on a Steam sale. Downloaded it because I was like, what is this? And then ended up just every once in a while, I'd pop it on for an hour, just be a goat and do stupid stuff and then be done and be okay, I don't need to touch this for another couple months and then come back to it.
Yeah.
It's not something you need to invest time into, but it is a fun little way to break up your day.
It's decent.
Break up your Call of Duty.
Yeah, break
days.
up the monotony of Call of Duty.
So
Yes.
he's gonna try to like bring the goat into
It's
Call
not
of
fun
Duty.
to win every game. You know, sometimes you gotta take a break. But anyway, I played Sniper Elite 4 also, which was a free game a while ago, and I couldn't get into it. You know, especially after playing Call of Duty, it was pretty slow, and the controls for it were just not very good. The
I'm not much of a
controller layout.
I'm not much of a
And you
sniper
couldn't change
player.
it.
Yeah, neither am I.
So I like to be in like the action. I wouldn't want to sit and wait around for things.
I
so-
totally agree, but in this game, you can like snipe people, and you can see like, oh, it penetrated their right lung, and
Oh
it
my
does like the
God.
X-ray
Yeah.
thing.
That's
Actually,
Ridiculous.
Jojo Shabadoo.
Yeah.
He shout out to you, even though he probably doesn't listen. He had a great video of him shooting a bunch of people's testicles in slow motion
no.
because
I'll have to
it
look
shows
that up.
it the insides. Yeah, it's
That's
a picture
amazing.
of like the Switch cartridge, and then you gotta scroll over to see the video, and it's just slow motion of all these
Oh, man.
testicles being penetrated by bullets. And
So I like that kind of slow motion
yeah, it's cool.
stuff that they do. Like you make the shot, and then it'll like slow motion. Oh, you shot the rope, the crate fell, smashed the guy or something.
No, that's
You know,
cool.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine, except
Basically,
with a
yeah.
gun.
yeah,
Interesting.
but with violent death. You know?
Lots of blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rube
Cool.
Goldberg X violent death.
So back to Battle Royale.
No, I don't want to talk about Battle Royale. What have you guys been playing? There's
I-
nothing left to say.
I just want to ask one question to you.
Okay.
Battle Royale Call of Duty.
All right.
What if you keep getting out as the 99th player?
What do you mean?
What? Like,
Like-
you are the
like
first
you're
one
the
to
first one to
eliminate?
die. Yeah.
That's never gonna happen to me.
Yeah, dude. What if it does though? Like 5 times in a
It's
row.
like
You gonna
Tetris
quit?
99 when we talked
yeah,
about
I'd probably be
that.
upset.
You gonna keep
But
playing?
I'm pretty good at Call of Duty, so.
All right.
He's
We'll
gonna
see.
stick.
I don't
with
know.
it.
What if it happened to you? How would you feel? Anyone can answer that question for themselves. What if you lost 5 times in a row at a game? What would you do?
That's why
Think
I
about
don't-
it long and
that's
hard
why I
and
don't
make
play
that your
Battle
next
Royales.
Instagram post.
Yeah, that's why I don't play Battle Royales because I get into a new game and all of a sudden I'm out within freaking 3 rounds.
So that's the thing. Most Battle Royales, people have been playing for a long time, so they're really
Right.
good at it, and it's hard to get good. But now I've been playing Call of Duty, you know,
Yes.
religiously, so
Okay,
I'm going to
yes.
Very religious.
be pretty good at Call of Duty. I'm okay at Battle Royales. I can hold my own.
I
got
can
it.
see that being a battle royale that I could play. Like Apex, I could play because I played with some friends, and then I could play because it was basically just a shooter. Like
Yeah.
Fortnite, I couldn't get the concept of like, why am I building things?
Yeah, the building
Like,
is
why do I
stupid.
need to do this?
Yeah.
So I actually haven't played. I personally haven't played PUBG, but Scott has. So I like watched him play PUBG for like a long time when it was just on PC, and it was like just in the beginning stages. But I could see myself playing the Call of Duty Battle Royale because I know how to play Call of Duty and
Exactly.
I understand the mechanics, and I think that's where a lot of people might find it interesting or be more drawn to it than some of the other ones where you have to, basically learn a whole new game and then get thrown in with 100 people, and 99 people have been playing it for more than 2 minutes. So
Have you ever played, just because you asked this question, have you ever played a first-person shooter and thought about losing? No. Every time you play the game, you think, I'm going to win, right?
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to think I want to win. I'm not going to think I am going
Well,
to
you're
win.
going to try your hardest to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never purposefully lose a video
exactly.
game, regardless of what it is. So
I don't know what's going to happen if I lose 5 games in a row, but I'm telling you, it's
controller
unlikely it'll happen.
through the television.
Yeah.
Calling
Yeah,
it
pretty
now.
much, yeah.
Calling it now. We're gonna get a call, and he's gonna need a
Oh,
new
you guys
TV.
want to go to Best Buy and go TV shopping?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I think that'll be interesting though to see that come out and see what people do with it.
I want to like just get it so that I can like go after Tony.
So you can get good.
Dude, I'm too fast for you.
He's got that perk, stealth, and what's it called?
Void bow.
He avoid bow perk.
Avoid Bow 5000.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, so I've been playing some games. I
No.
played.
Any BR games? That's Battle Royale for those
No.
of you who aren't up to date on the lingo.
At first, I thought you said VR, and I'm like, that's a legit question. And then I realized you said BR.
All right.
Now I'm just trolling.
Yeah, you are. You sound like a Fortnite player right now.
Yeah, he's actually over here flossing as we speak.
You should stream, Tony. I'd probably actually watch streams then if you were streaming, just so
Dude,
I
I'm
could
thinking
fucking
about
talk
doing it.
shit on it.
Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, you were downstairs.
Pooping.
I was asking Kelly about capture cards.
Yeah, you were downstairs evacuating your
Get them
bowels, and we
clips,
were having
dude.
a conversation about capture cards.
All right. Either way, I started playing Breath of the Wild. I had a night off for once, and it was nice kicking it in the kiosk room, playing it on the Wii U. And it's one of those games that, like we were talking about earlier, that I could go back to and just be like, cool, there's a mountain in front of me. Let me climb that. Let me see how high I can climb. You know, really, there's no rhyme or reason with that video game. It's just like, I think there's 4 dungeons, and I haven't even gone to one yet in the game, so I can essentially do anything right now.
That game is
It's
so
insane.
limitless.
It is so good.
It's
It is so freaking good.
It is so limitless that you can do whatever the hell you want and still do nothing in the game.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
And it takes forever to get anywhere
Ah,
in it.
I love it.
But I fucking love it, yeah. So I was playing that for a while. Mainly because wifey was like pissed off at me for some reason. So she was in the room that we're in right now, the main game room or living room. And I was in the kiosk room next door. And I had my legs kicked up. I have a couch in there now. You know, I got like a little lounge for my legs. And it felt great. I was just like, this is amazing. And then she wanted me to come back over. You know, we made up. So I came back over to the main game room. And I was like, can I play something else? She's like, sure. So I popped in Red Dead Redemption, which I have been playing. Again, even though Tony screwed up my save, I'm a very negative person in that game. Everyone hates me. They're like, why are you in my town, boy? And it's like,
This town ain't big enough for
yeah,
two
I'm
of
like,
us.
I'm sorry. It was my friend that was playing as me, but okay.
Oh, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, no
Yeah.
problem, man. I forgive you.
Happens all the time.
And they holster their pistols
So
and their
either-
spurs clink
yeah.
away.
So either way, with Red Dead, you know, it tells you from point A to point B, like, oh, maybe you should go this pathway. This is like the route that you should go. But you're like, well, actually, I could go this way where the route's not taking me, which looks way more direct. So I started doing that. And I get to this like mountainside. I'm like, I can't even ride my horse down here. So I get off the horse. I'm walking the small path on this mountain. And eventually I have to like jump from like mountain cliff to mountain cliff.
Wait, so pause. You're telling me you took your horse to the Old Town Road and rode till you couldn't no more?
Yes, pretty much, yes. And I got off the horse and I was like, let me just try to traverse this. The whole time, Arthur, the main character of Red Dead, is hacking up lungs.
He got the TB.
Yeah, he is
man.
dying hard. Like wherever I go in town, they're like, "Oh, you look like shit."
Is it like Pokemon, like when your Pokemon is poisoned and your screen is flashing rapidly?
No,
No.
not exactly.
No.
But it does flash warnings. It's like, oh, you are sick. You may need to rest more. You may need more
Yeah,
food. Or,
So it's
It's
like
like-
Oregon Trail.
or you can't eat right now.
Or
'cause you're
like
so
yeah,
sick.
or like I'm eating to try to recover health, and it's like, oh, you're sick as fuck. You can't eat more
that's
than
exactly what
what
it
you've
says.
already eaten. And
It
it's like,
gets really
oh, okay,
bad.
yeah, it's like cool. This game's fun. But either way, I'm trying to like traverse this mountain, just trying to get from point A to point B faster than I would if I went the actual pathway that the game told me to go. And sure enough, I like almost kill Arthur because I'm trying to climb a mountain like I am as Link in Breath of the Wild and literally like fall. Like Arthur is sliding down a mountain and I'm like, fuck me.
You had no stamina.
No stamina. There's no Link
Well,
in
the
it.
mechanics
Yeah.
of it are way different.
Way
too, in
different.
Red Dead.
But it's wild, like going from point A game to point B game and being like, shit, it's not the same. Even though it's open world, you can do anything. You really cannot do everything like the Nintendo
Dude, you
game.
you can hardly walk up a steep hill in Red Dead.
Tell me
honestly.
about it. Yeah, it sucks, especially when you're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got all that crap in
shit's
your
happening.
lungs.
I'm loving it. I'm going back to Red Dead. I plan on beating it this year.
Are you gonna play the online at all?
No, I don't think so. I'm just not much of an online player. Like I think what will get me into online is to like just like play with you, Tony, and like
Get your ass whooped.
either fuck with you, which I'm guessing I'm gonna just fuck with you since you're talking shit, or actually be
Dude,
your
I'm just getting you
teammate.
fired up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's gonna do when you're in game. He's
So
just gonna get you fired up.
essentially what I need to do with the PlayStation and the Switch is buy space for it. So like I need an external hard drive for the PlayStation so I can download more games.
The Switch, you can just insert a SD, right?
Yeah.
Micro
Yeah.
SD.
So I just learned about that. I thought it had to be like a special proprietary.
That's the right word.
Okay, SD card. Sound like it came out of my mouth wrong. And it took me forever. Like I had like this small little 4 gigabyte micro SD card. I'm like, where do I put this? Sure enough, it's under the kickstand
Yep.
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Switch. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't look it up or anything. I'm just like looking all over, and
Yeah.
it's dark in my room. And I'm like, where do I put this? Finally figured it out, and it's like you need 5 gigabytes to download this
Yeah.
game. I'm like, well,
Well,
this
now
card
you
doesn't
can-
even matter anymore.
You can get like 250 gig ones for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$7 now.
No,
Not
that cheap.
$7, but you can get
Less
them
than
pretty
20
cheap.
probably.
Yeah,
So I plan on doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get external hard drives and storage upgrades for cheaper or on sale now. Like there's often sales.
Yeah.
Like I would not ever pay full price because guaranteed in like 2 days it's going on a sale. Like
Yeah. You remember when a
always-
gigabyte was like a lot of storage?
oh my
A
God.
lot of storage.
Yeah.
Like you would get like a 256 megabyte MP3 player or something. Like
Yes.
15 songs was like
15
$100.
songs, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember like my iPod mini was like 1 gigabyte or something
Now
ridiculous.
you can get like terabyte storage stations that are like smaller than the original iPod
Oh my God.
Oh,
for
I
like
know.
half the price.
It's ridiculous. Oh,
It's insane, dude.
so cool
I
though
mean, you
that
got
you can do
like,
that.
I'm about to talk about a game that I just beat on the Sega Saturn, and the RAM storage on the Sega Saturn, you can get cartridges that have 4 megabytes of RAM, or storage, essentially, like as a cartridge that you put in the back of the Sega Saturn, which is ridiculous. So, yeah, with that said, I had a buddy over, Zerb, Steven Zerb, who has been on the podcast before talking about comic books that he makes and video games that he plays, and he was interested in the Sega Saturn. He's owns a Sega CD and bought a Sega Dreamcast off me, but never played the Saturn. He was like, what's up with this? So I showed him a game or two and showed him the game Paradise for Sega Saturn, which is a parody of shoot 'em up games. And it's insane. Like, it eventually gets very crazy gameplay where it's just a bullet storm where there's not a safe place to be, without dying over and over again. And luckily enough, like, we had unlimited continues, which I didn't think was a thing. But we ended up beating the game. And it turned out to be an amazing game. I looked it up to talk about it on Instagram and found a website that's called Dispatch Games, and they are making the Switch version for the game Paradise. Actually, it's up for pre-order right now. I think $40 for the game. I ended up buying it for $100 with like the vinyl record, 3 CD set,
Oh my
posters.
God.
And I'm like, why the fuck
You
did I
got
do
sucked
this?
in on that.
I got sucked in on it, and it like the game itself is like less than an hour long game, but it's really fun. But I'm like, why did I spend $100? I was
Okay.
I was drinking.
Okay, but
you know?
listen, let me be devil's advocate because in a heartbeat, if they did a re-release on the Switch of Dynamite Cop
Yes.
with
Oh,
like
fuck yeah.
some stupid pre-order bonus, it's like a poster with
Yes.
shiny
Yes.
pictures and a record of the sounds of you killing people and
Yeah.
an actual baguette included.
Oh my god, if they had a baguette, even if it was like a plastic baguette. Like
yeah,
if
that
it
you could.
wasn't
Yeah,
real
no, I was
French
talking
bread.
like plastic. You could like
Yeah.
beat somebody over the head
Oh
with. Yeah,
my god.
the both of us would be the first
Yes.
people on that goddamn website hitting buy now with fervor.
You know
like,
what we should do, Kelly? We should just contact them ourselves and be like, look, we really like your game. Can we make a limited edition game for the Switch for this?
listen, I have a lot of ideas that you need to hear, and I don't care what you have to say,
Yeah.
but you're gonna hear them.
Yeah, plastic baguettes for sure.
Yeah. So
If
you'll be
Limited
hearing from
Run
us
can
soon.
do it, Precisely can do it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do some research.
Why
into
the
it.
hell not?
I don't think any of our listeners are going to steal this idea. But
I
some
should
of our
hope not.
listeners have been like, well, it seems like I need to buy Dynamite Cop. now."
Listen, I cannot talk about it enough, and I
Yeah.
will never stop talking
I
about
think every
that
episode we
game.
need to bring up Dynamite
I think
Cop.
we already do.
I'm making
I
t-shirts.
don't think we need to make a conscious effort. Ooh, I'd buy a t-shirt.
I'm making a t-shirt that's
I'd
just
buy a
like
t-shirt.
it's like not a meme, but like more like a mathematical equation where it's like a piece of dynamite plus like a cop symbol, like a badge or something. I don't know.
No. I was
That could be
thinking
really
like
offensive.
no. I was thinking
yeah,
like
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I was
Not the best.
no.
You're right.
Probably wouldn't do that in 2020.
No. You'd have some.
It's a Sega game. It's a Sega game. I promise.
You would have some blue lines coming at you. No, I was thinking like I Heart New York or whatever, but instead of that, like I Heart Dynamite Cop.
Yeah. Okay.
Like super simple, but playing off of that. That was my thought when you said I'm making t-shirts.
Yeah. If anyone's proficient with Photoshop, or not even proficient, but like has like capabilities to clip art.
If anyone is at least subpar,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think a subpar shirt would actually look cool when it comes to Dynamite Cop. Like,
because the graphics are
yeah,
subpar.
send us your ideas, Matt at Matt's Video Game Corner.
Specifically you.
Yes.
Get
hear me
on
out.
that shit.
Yeah, get on Dynamite Cop for
Gosh.
sure.
Why do we have to keep asking? I feel like I shouldn't have to say this every time. I feel like you guys should know. You should all be playing it and be like coming back with all of this information and this influx of how much you love it and thankfulness that we've brought it up literally every episode since I've been here.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, Dynamite Cop. I also started playing Symphony of the Night, which I'm really excited to own on the PlayStation 1. I just bought it after a nice sale of things and raffles that I've done. I was like, I'm going to splurge and buy a good copy of it. It was a pretty penny for a PlayStation 1 game.
You're welcome. I help contribute to that.
Yes, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yep, thank you.
No problem.
So either way, great game. Got my ass beat last night, hardcore by some demons and devils and witches and all that, but really going to enjoy that game. I have a feeling that I will. So already loving it, but haven't played it enough to really talk about it.
Cool.
Kelly, what have you been playing?
Dude, I haven't played much in the past 2 weeks for many a reason, which I can go into. But the most recent thing I played was I've been playing the Lunar New Year event in Overwatch because I only really play this game consistently when there's an event because you can earn the skins like for that event. And then basically at this point, I've been playing the game so long, if there's not a limited edition skin that I can get for anything or like whatever, I don't have any interest in playing it for any period of time.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing that. I've been busy between my actual job and then my store. I've been like trying to like really rev it up because it's been doing well and I've been trying to put myself into that more, which is leaving less time after work. Like I've been buying a lot of things and like cleaning and tagging and things like that, and just a lot of forensic files on in the background. And
Yeah.
and it's just been, that's been my like 2 weeks. It's just like I come home from work and then I go do more work and then I go to bed. But it doesn't feel like I'm doing more work at that point because I'm cleaning video games, I'm testing video games, or I'm cleaning toys and I'm looking at prices. I'm learning different things about these items that I've found, and so it doesn't feel like work for me, but I've just been like really doing that. And the other reason I haven't played much is because, like you, I had like pretty good couple months with my booth and like eBay sales and stuff like that. So, and claim sale stuff. So I've been like, I treated myself, bought myself a new guitar for the first time in 16 years. Bought myself a new amp, a new little pedal board so I can make like cool noises, stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw a video I think you posted last night.
Yeah.
In your stories.
Yeah, I've just been like retraining my fingers and like.
I'm pretty sure I played it last night in bed while Kayla was trying to sleep with
Whoops.
my volume completely up, and she's like, "What the hell?"
Sorry,
And
Kayla.
I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
But yeah, so it's been fun like getting back into that, and I take a couple days out of my week, like 3 days out of my week, and play for like a half an hour, and that's
Cool.
something it's not video games, but it's relaxing. So it's
Yeah.
been something I like, a hobby that I'm getting back into. So a lot of that and a lot of work has put massive gaming quantities on the back burner. However, it is the weekend now, which opens up way more time and options for me to game, which I'm looking forward to.
And honestly, I mean, video gaming shouldn't be everything in your life.
I mean, honestly, this is like the first time in a long time that I really haven't played game either every other day or every day.
Yeah.
Like, because usually I'm playing something at some point.
And that's how I am. And that's
Call of
how-
Duty is my life right now.
Yeah, and that's how Tony
What?
is with Call of Duty.
No way. I had no idea. Did you know Tony plays Call of Duty?
No.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow, this is shocking news.
Literally
Jaws on the
6 days
floor.
a week at least.
6 days.
I thought
That's like minimum.
I thought he was
God.
addicted to like Animal Crossing or something.
Oh my God. Can you just open that door? But can I just talk about how excited I am for Animal Crossing? I've been seeing a lot of stuff come out, like a lot of just like hints at pre-order bonuses. And I have been thinking about Animal Crossing for like a solid week and just being super
I'm
excited.
just gonna get it.
Oh
because
my
you're gonna
God.
get it,
It's going to be
and we
day
can play
one,
it
and I'm going to
together.
be so pumped. Like, I actually thought about earlier this week just like bringing up like my new Leaf because I just wanted to play it and I just didn't yet. It's been so long, it feels like, but it's probably only been like a month. But it's such a good game, and I can't wait for the new iteration. I'm literally so excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
I cannot
seeing
even say into words
what it is. Yeah.
Oh, just so pumped. There's so many things that could happen, and I just need a good relaxation game like that again. It just needs a good revamp. So I'm pumped.
Yum.
You like that?
Yeah, I just cracked open a beer that Kelly brought that's called Rose Gose, which is an amazing name. Reading it in a text, I was like, don't bring that shit over here. But the print on it is amazing. It's a guy coming out of a saxophone horn, literally with a girl like humping him.
No, it's
Who is it?
Do you know what it is?
I'm not
Is
gonna
it?
say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Wait, is
You
it?
know
Tony
what
said
is.
it.
Is it Dirty Dancing?
Hey, yes,
Yeah,
it's like a
right.
Dirty Dancing kind of situation. They're literally coming out of a tenor saxophone, like the bell of it, and then behind it, you've got slinking away is the Grim Reaper with a guitar.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, I have no idea why, but that's what drove me
It's by
to.
Pizza Boy.
Here, can
No,
I
it's
try a
not.
sip of it?
It's by
No.
Hoof-Hearted Brewing. I
okay,
got it
sorry.
at Pizza Boy.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I saw the can and I was like, "What is
It's
this?" And then I saw it was
We gotta
Rose
take a picture of that.
Gose,
Yeah.
and it was
Fire.
so like I was like, I'm hooked on the can art, and now I'm hooked on the style. It is.
Let's take a picture of this with
that's
the
really
other
well
beer
done.
can.
I will. It's yeah. It also says Hoof-Hearted Brewing Rose Gose, and it says it's a feeling, a heartbeat. It has hibiscus in it. It's just a 4.2%.
That's fucking good.
It's pink. Like if you can see inside the can, it's really got a pink hue.
Yeah,
if you pour
Oscar
it out.
Blues has a rosé for days,
Mm-hmm.
and it's similar to that, but it's definitely not as good.
Yeah,
There
I like it.
is a hibiscus kind of. I can't remember what style it is. It's not a sour, but it's from Crystal Ball Brewing down in York, and they have a hibiscus style. It's very good, and it's also like that pink hue that this is. It's like a light style, so it's easy to drink. It's a very good beer in the summer.
All right, so to end the podcast, this beer is great. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, no problem.
Congrats. You made a very good decision.
I know I
Yeah,
make good
and
beer choices. I know
and-
damn well what I do.
And for some
We
reason,
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
For some reason, I was like, I don't want a sour. But
As soon as Bo saw it, he was
He was
fired
like,
up.
"It's like sushi. I don't
want that shit."
I don't always want it," or whatever you said, which was also offensive.
Sushi's
what that I don't?
fire.
No.
That you
what
you
I
have
said,
to be in the mood
what
for
I
it or
said
whatever.
was, yeah, like I never.
What I said was sushi was invented in 1980.
Yeah, that was the first time sushi was ever eaten. Don't you know that?
Don't you know? All right, look. If you watch Battle Royale, it
I
looks
do
like a
wanna watch it.
1980s film.
No,
all
I
right?
do
It
want to
does.
watch it though now.
I'm surprised you've never seen it. It's the best fucking film ever.
I want to
honestly.
watch it because I looked at the like
It is so
the
fucking
Wikipedia
good.
article and stuff, and I
Is
do
it
want
better
to
than
watch
Two
it.
Girls, One Cup?
Oh,
Yes.
stop! Take that out of here. I don't want to hear that.
Get out.
Ugh,
Get,
God,
Tony,
that's so 2006 of
You're
you.
so Call of Duty.
Oh my god.
All right. Either way,
This chat room is very sensitive.
chat roulette. Out
Listen,
Of here.
I'm
This
gonna turn-
lobby is ridiculous. right now.
I'm gonna put on my away message right now because I don't want to hear it.
BRB.
No, it's song lyrics, obviously,
Yeah.
from like
Call-
Dashboard Confessional or something.
Death Cab for Cutie.
Yep, there it is.
All right. Either way,
Sorry.
Ocean Avenue. Yellow Card.
311.
What?
What? That's
The
a band,
band?
right?
The band? Yeah.
Yeah, what song?
I wouldn't think
Oh,
of them as a
Probably Amber.
Okay, wait.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that
Amber.
was-
Yeah.
All right, Tony, what was your AIM? Your first screen name?
I think it was Sunday X Rider because I was into BMX bikes and that was a BMX brand.
Like how old were you at that point when you got that?
Early teens.
Yeah, I think.
7, 8, 8th, 6th grade.
Yeah, that's fair. I got mine when I was like 13 too. How about you, Bo?
It's still my eBay name, actually, Bo575.
That's boring.
What was
That's
that?
boring.
I'm surprised it wasn't Battle Royale 1980.
Well, I'm surprised yours wasn't Call of Duty Lover XX.
If we were in my house right now, I would throw this
Call of
open
Duty
can
Lover
at your face.
XD.
All right.
Well, I didn't even get to share mine. Mine's obviously the best out of all three of yours.
Yes. Please tell us.
Highway to Kill.
No.
You weren't that clever back
No,
then?
not that back then.
Extreme way to kill.
No. Don't even put Kel in there. It was straight up emo Smurf.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That was
Fitting. That's
All right.
fair.
it was a hard time.
So if we want to go back to like bad names, MySpace, my
Ooh.
MySpace name, which is MySpace still around?
It's around, but I don't think
I don't
it's
know if I even want
the
to
way
share
that
my
it is.
name then.
No, I don't think that it's like
You can still look at people's profiles.
Yeah, probably. All
I
right.
don't know because
No, you can.
I don't even care. Mine was
I
Sweater
didn't know that
Boy.
long ago.
Sweater Boy.
Sweater Boy.
I like it.
I used to wear these female sweaters back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
They
I
had
knew about
like
this. I heard about this.
rhinestones or like they were just like really small fitting sweaters. I was a
Feminine.
kid. Yeah.
Hmm.
I had those tight jeans on.
Oh, you shopped at like the American
Goodwill,
Eagle.
the
Oh,
Salvation Army,
Aeropostale. I used to wear those tight
the
jeans. too.
cheapest places
I still
could
wear
shop
pretty
at.
tight jeans.
yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like, no, I'm
Not
talking,
skinny.
No, like-
I'm talking skinny. Like I wore
Dudes
my
would go
sister's
shop
jeans.
in American Eagle like girl section on purpose at that
Yeah.
point. in time. Oh my god, put your hand down.
That was
Put your
me.
hand down,
Put
Tony.
your
That was me,
I'm
100%.
ashamed for you.
I'm ashamed for all the Call of Duty people that play with you.
I'm
Why,
gonna
'cause
go
I
on.
win?
I'm gonna go on your lobby, and I'm gonna be like, this guy wears
Shame.
girl jeans.
Shame. All right, before we end this podcast, let's all say what a kill streak we would want to make as a developer for Call of Duty. If we could develop our own kill streak, what would it be? What's like a funny one that you would make?
Kelly, you go first.
No, I was gonna say you go first. This is your ball game.
All right. Well, I wanted it to be dildos that kill you. Like it rains dildos from the sky and they just
Dildos. Just
pierce
dildos.
through you. And then there's like dildos laying all over. you.
Okay,
I think that's
Are
very
they
Call
sharp?
of Duty
Are
esque.
they sharp?
no,
Sharp enough to kill.
no. If you drop a regular dildo from high enough, it'll kill somebody because
Guaranteed.
velocity.
So are you in like a helicopter?
And they got to be like
shooting dildos?
pink and purple.
I was
like
gonna
lime
ask,
green.
like, are they colored or are they
They
flesh
gotta be
toned?
colored.
No, not. Maybe a couple.
They're
flesh
camouflaged.
Just like
actually.
throwing a couple just for good measure.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
feel like that kind of fits the vibes of COD.
All right,
Alright.
that's fair.
I was thinking like more biblical for me and doing Noah's Ark where
That's a good one.
where literally the whole map floods, and if you don't run to this certain like area,
Or the winning
Like
team
a high
gets to be
ground?
on the arc
Yeah.
and watch it flood.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that idea.
yeah.
Well, I just thought of like the most violent thing I could think of that wasn't like already in Call of Duty, and I just thought of like a horde of geese, because those suckers are terrifying and they will kill anything. So that was
Pretty good
mine.
goose sound.
Thanks.
Just like a horde of geese descending upon the map and just taking out the enemy team in some fashion.
I like that idea also.
So that was my kill streak.
All right. Well, then part B to this question: how many kills to initiate this kill streak? And for just so you guys know, now you have to have 30 kills unassisted. So 30 kills only with guns to get a nuke, and the highest regular kill streak is 15, which is a juggernaut suit.
So wait, does it still start at like 5 or whatever?
I
it
think
was?
3,
3. Yeah.
maybe even
Yeah.
2 if it's a
2 for a UAV.
Well, yeah, but that's
no. It's 4 for a UAV.
it's
Without hardline, then it's 3. Anyway, so how many
I've
kills would
always
yours
had a
be?
hardline one.
but
Mine would be 69.
damn.
69 kills. That's impossible.
That should be yours.
Yeah, true.
It would be better fitting.
25, I would say.
See, mine would be 69 because,
That's unreasonable.
well, God is like, all right, you motherfuckers. One person is killing way too many times, and it's 69 kills. I'm flooding this fucking earth right now.
He's had it with all of your collective bullshit,
Yeah.
and he just had to pick,
He
God's
just
favorite number.
He rains real hard.
Yeah.
And, like, the closer you get to 69 kills, like, so you're at, like, 60, it starts raining a little bit. It's like, you like, see these drops of water, and you're like, oh, fuck, someone's about to get to
That's good.
69
That's
kills,
good.
you know?
Oh, I
And
was
then
gonna.
it keeps raining harder and harder, like, the closer you get. So, like, 68 is, like, downpour. You can hardly see people. And then 69 is just, like, you're all fucking dead.
I was thinking
Wash
like
away
you
out
could
of
have a meter at the bottom where it's like the water and the arc is on it, and then it could be like slowly like filling up as you get more kills, and then it drains back down when you lose your kill streak.
This is getting out of
It's not
hand.
even Call of Duty anymore. It's like, how to
Fortnite.
survive Noah's Ark.
You might as well make a
2
new
by
game.
2, everybody.
Yeah.
Get on that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Mine would probably be like, I was gonna say like 20, because I don't know. Geese are lawless. They can
That's
show up
reasonable.
whenever they want.
20's reasonable.
I don't know. The geese could do. You could call it at 20, but the geese show up at a random point in time because
That'd be cool, actually.
they don't give a single
What if
fuck.
there's not a kill streak with the geese or birds or whatever?
Oh yeah, what if you just kill
random.
and they just show up whenever? You
Yeah.
could kill on 3 and the geese could show up, or you can kill on 45
Or
and
it's
the geese
like
show up.
every team member gets 2 kills before they die.
What?
Brings the geese.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
What about this one though?
It's too hard to
All
coordinate.
right. Just,
Wait.
no.
No, one more.
All right.
Because this would be fun. What about the floor is lava kill streak? Where you have to like climb to a higher ground.
Only enemy team or what? Like, how's it work?
Well, it would have to be because none of the other kill streaks affect you and your team,
Yeah,
right?
unless
you're
it's
playing
hardcore.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, but I mean, just like in general, like play.
So
it's
floor is lava. It's like you got 3 seconds to get to higher ground. Once it hits.
So basically, kind of what you said, but except with water, lava.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Real original.
All right, guys.
Just here to bring it all down.
Well,
'cause
we-
that's what
It's
I
like
do.
a flood, except it's lava.
Except it's lava. It's like a flood, but it's hot.
You motherfuckers.
Listen, I'm just here to bring you down consistently. That
All
is
right.
my role, apparently.
So instead of all this,
Oh my.
Okay, so it's gonna be ice this time.
I was thinking lightning. Guys,
Oh
A random natural disaster every time.
Earthquakes, lava, lightning,
all right.
typhoons. Well, why stop there?
At least I didn't fucking say geese.
Excuse me, geese are terrifying. Have you encountered a goose recently?
Not recently.
Exactly. You don't want to. Steer away.
They're harder now than they were 10 years
God.
ago.
And 10 years ago, they were hard.
They're always hard. All right. thank you guys for listening to Precisely Podcast. Shout out to Nintendo Rose for winning the Sega
Rose!
Saturn controller. Thank you guys for all sending in codes. Keep listening in. Tell a friend about us. We have shirts and hoodies on eBay. Just search up Precisely Podcast. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. We love you all. We out.
We out.
We out.